Well, hey everyone, how are you? I am so glad that you are joining me today. Thank you for being here at Miss Annie's Home and Kitchen. We are going to be making a really fun little recipe today. It's one of my favorite things to make. It's zucchini bread, and it's going to be found on page 45 in my cookbook. And so if you have my cookbook, you can follow along with me. If you don't have the cookbook, you know what to do. You can order this cookbook if you would like to at missannieshomeandkitchen.com. All right, so the first thing that you do is we're just gonna mix up our dry ingredients, and I'm gonna put it in this big bowl. So we need 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we need 1½ teaspoons of salt. And we're going to need 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And then we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And then we need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 3 cups of sugar. So this, you know what? I'm going to use this big one, right? 3 cups of sugar. Now, some of you might be looking at this and thinking this is a liquid measuring cup, and it is, but it's also dry, and it's really cool because it has all of your measurements in the inside, which I really love, so you can see it really easy. So, all right, so then it's 3 cups of sugar, and you just mix this up, okay? So you're gonna mix this up really well. Okay. All right, and now we're gonna get another bowl and we're gonna put together all of the wet ingredients. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside, bring in my smaller bowl, and now we need 1 cup of vegetable oil, 4 eggs, and the recipe says beaten, but you can go ahead and just stick them in. And 4. All right. And then you need 1/2 cup of water. All right, and set all of this aside. Kind of made a mess over here, so I always clean up as I go. I'm sure so many of you guys do too. This hand mixer is really kind of one of my favorite hand mixers too. I've had some of you make comments about it. It is very quiet. It's actually a KitchenAid. My daughter Shannon gave this to me several years ago for Christmas. So you just mix this up. I am going to add my zucchini. Now, this zucchini, I was looking around, my little grater is in the sink. I need to wash it. But this is just 1 average size zucchini. So I'm gonna add this, and I grated it. And then I need the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm gonna add that also, okay? And I think what I'll do is I'll just stir this around. All right. Then you just bring all your dry ingredients back over, and then you just pour this in. And then I'm gonna use my mixer again. Put it on low. And blend it right up. And you do want to mix it well, okay? These aren't like brownies. Kind of with brownies, you just get it kind of just barely moist. But we want to make sure everything is mixed really well in here. I'll turn it up just a little bit more. I have preheated my oven to 350. Okay, I think that is probably gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure everything is mixed up well. It's perfect. All right. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna just talk to you guys for just a second about bread pans, because bread pans are interesting, right? Let me get my bread pans out. All right, so we have this size of bread pan, which is the one that I use the most of. And then there is this larger loaf pan. Okay, so let me kind of compare the two. Ooh, that was loud. All right, see that? I have found that when you use these big pans, it's really hard to figure out if the bread is done or not. So my go-to is always this size, and these are on my website, okay? And then I love these little ones. Oops, looks like we got a little dust on this one. Okay, and then I love these little mini loaves, okay? This is the size. Those of you who know me as Miss Sandy that comes through the school, this is what I use when I bring you guys pumpkin bread, is this size. So it's kind of a little bit bigger than a muffin, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grease these pans. And I like to actually do it over my sink so I don't spray all over my kitchen. So I'm probably going to need at least 5 of these, and maybe more. Just trying to remember. Then I like to spray my measuring cup. I always use a measuring cup to get the dough out, or the batter. I guess we would call this batter. And in this size pan, it's just 1 cup. 1 good heaping cup is going to go in each pan, okay? All right. I love these bowls too, you guys. They have a great bottom, and they're like the best size. I ordered them off Amazon, and I love them so much that I've added them to my favorites. Oops. On my website. Okay. I thought I would probably need 1 more. Oops. Can't get these separated. You never know what's going to happen when you try to make a video. Can I tell you girls that? Okay, and I'm going to grease this. And I'm going to add this in here. And then this extra batter, as you can see, there's a little extra. I'm just going to go back and just top it kind of off. That's what I call it. Just adding a little bit more. Okay. Now I know because of my pumpkin bread that I'll put these in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes, okay? And then I will be back. Okay, everybody, so the zucchini bread was in the oven for 45 minutes, and I took it out and I've been letting it kind of cool on the counter a little bit, but I decided I wanted to show you a little bit about this bread. Sometimes with sweet bread, like zucchini or even pumpkin bread, it's very kind of sticky. It can really stick to the sides, even though I greased it, okay, even though I sprayed it with oil. So you want to come around and you want to cut around the sides, and then I take my fork, and then what I do is I just go along like this and take my fork all the way to the bottom and just lift the bottom up, okay, of the bread, because sometimes it will stick on the bottom. Okay, and then take it out. All right, see how it's a little bit sticky on the bottom? And then I just kind of put these little pieces back in. All right, this one, okay, just go around the edges, get it loosened up. Okay, I'm going to take my fork and do the same thing with this one. Just, I can feel it's kind of sticking on the bottom a little bit, which is really normal. Now listen, girls, guys, if you know a better way to do this, you let me know, okay? I was just thinking, I wonder if I had used more oil, or is it Baker's Joy? Okay, all right. Where it's a little bit floured. Okay, see that? Okay. Now, you guys know that I love to wrap bread a special way. So I'm gonna get out my little saran wrap and I'm gonna show you how I do it real quick. I'll do one loaf. And I love to wrap my bread when it is just barely warm. I want it to be warm. I don't want it to be cold. So I pull this out, and then this has a little cutter. Love that little cutter, right? And then take your bread. Oops, I'm not gonna do that one. Oops. Let me see. I'm gonna need to work on some of these with their little bottoms. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, okay, and I'm going to bring it up, and then do the sides like this, and then it looks so pretty. And what will happen with those bottoms that are kind of separated, as it cools, it'll kind of hold on to each other. I don't know how to say that any other way. So it'll be fine, okay? Now, I do want to taste this, all right? Let me get my little cutter. My little cutting board. All right, put this right here. Okay. This is going to be so yummy. Y'all, if you've never tried zucchini bread because you're kind of scared of it, don't be scared of it. It is amazing. It is moist. It is delicious. Thanks for joining me today. You know how much I love you. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Please share this video. I would love it so much if you would do that. And always remember that you can do hard things.